his sermon on the theme, Diligence in God's Service. From Proverbs 22 verse 29, the guest preacher, who doubles as the priest in charge for Holy Innocents Anglican Church, Reverend Matilda Johnson, said the two men had demonstrated what it means to be steadfast to the call of God. She said they had done so through commitment and persistence. Therefore, they should be seen as worthy examples. According to the president of the Gibraltar Methodist Church Brotherhood, Professor Adolphus Johnson, although the service was designed to recognize the outstanding service of the two notable leaders in the church, whose diligence in their craft, through which they've blessed lives and transformed generations, yet the church is concerned about the abuse of drugs among young people.
Contemporary issues, so that we discuss ills in the society and various aspects, how to handle them, and how to react. Today we see young people wanting to achieve everything at the price of a bottle. These guys have toiled for over half a century in their various callings and vocations, acquitted themselves very well. So we are trying to send a message to young people.
Presenting the two notable men to be recognized by the congregation, which was filled with satisfaction, and the elders too felt fulfilled that the singular act of honor will boost their morale, encourage more participation, and reinforce the positive behavior in them to contribute to societal well-being. Reverend Victor Harold Ebenezer Davis is an educationist and an ordained priest who had worked in various circuits as a minister and as a superintendent. Song minister Samuel Olufemi James Benson Macaulay is an author of a popular hymn in Sierra Leone titled Where You Work for God, and a host of other Christian melodies and renditions.
The church, I want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation for what they did. It's a work that you have to sacrifice your time and energy, and at the end of the day, it's God who will reward.
Well, if I want to be remembered for any of my composition, but the way you work for God has been outstanding and contagious.
Both men have shown through the enigmas of history in the early days, and with a flash of memories still fresh in their minds, and wish, with the support of the Brotherhood, to serve as a beacon of hope to the young generation. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
The Church of the Lord Aladura has concluded their Tabiora, an event held annually at the start of August before the commencement of the 13 days of fasting and prayers. Harold Williams reports on this year's event.
Founded in 1947, the Church of the Lord Aladura has entered another month of August with their Tabiora rally from the center of Freetown to the church's headquarters at Aladura Drive. According to the church provost, His Lordship Bishop Samuel Bodje, the month of August is Tabiora, their anniversary and a time to remind the nation of the body of Christ of their existence in Sierra Leone and worldwide.
We are out to celebrate, to remind our brothers and sisters that our fasting and prayers is closer at the door. By the special grace of God, on the 9th of August, we are going to ascend on the Holy Mount for 13 days fasting and prayers. Our mission or the purpose of this particular event to remind us that this Aladura in 1946, 44, this Aladura mission still in existence.
The month of Tabiora is significant for the Church of Aladura as it ushers in on August the 9th a subsequent 13 days of fasting and prayer from the 10th to the 22nd of August, culminating into the Tabiora Vigil Day and Grand Tabiora Thanksgiving service on the second to last Sunday of the month. This year's theme, Marvelous God, provides the center of a focus as the 89-year-old Church of Aladura prays for the church and the people of Sierra Leone.
As we begin to march today, let your spirit lead us. Let your power lead us. Let your glory lead us. Let your blessing lead us. Under the very might pass today, the country of Sierra Leone, Freetown, you will salvage this country. You will protect this country. You will deliver this country. And to all Aladura churches.
A powerful reminder on the value and dignity of women echoed across the women's session at Jalsa Salana UK 2025 as the worldwide head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, addressed thousands of women in one of the sessions. In a world where gender-based injustices persist, the Caliph reaffirmed the Islamic teachings that commands husbands to love, honor, and uphold the rights of their wives not as a favor but as a divine duty. From UK, SLBC's Francis Bernard sent us this report on the 59th edition of this event.
It was a moment of profound spiritual elevation during the women's session as the Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, graced the gathering with a heartfelt address centered on a theme both timeless and timely: the love, honor, and dignity owed to women by their husbands. These women from across the globe gathered under one roof in this sacred space, where their leader delivered a powerful message, reminding men that true Islamic values demand unwavering respect, compassion, and love towards their wives.
Women are not given the rest due to them. They are not elevated to the positions they must be elevated to. The Prophet writes and says, don't think that women are people who should be underlooked and underestimated. No, no. Our leader, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the best amongst you, khairukum li ahlihi, the best among you is the one best to his family and to his wife.
The Supreme Leader called on men to treat their wives not with dominance, but with dignity and compassion. Niaza Ahmad is a volunteer from the UK. She counts herself lucky to be an Ahmadi woman.
I think it's a really important message for His Holiness to be constantly telling us, and he does so every single year and at every opportunity where he does address women, but also he addresses men about a lot of these issues as well. And they're really important to mention because today, in the 21st century, there's a lot of very confused and mixed messages when it comes to women's rights. We have a lot of discourse about women's rights, but there's a lot of confusion because it seems that regardless of what women do, it's never the right thing to do. There'll always be somebody to criticize or to take issue with what women are saying or doing.
His message was not just a call to action, but a spiritual summon to uphold justice and harmony in the home. A reminder that love in marriage is not just a sentiment, but a divine responsibility. In a world where women often face inequality, he restores hope to the women community across the globe. Duncan, a delegate from Ghana, is impressed with the award of certificates to women from all levels by the Caliph.
How he awarded the girls. He encouraged them to do more in every sphere of life because mostly guys are those that are given most attention. Mostly girls are sidelined to the back to do the cooking, to do the cleaning, to nurture the children. They are not encouraged to go out there and fight for themselves, to make a name for themselves, to go higher in their careers or in education. So today when Huzur singled out the girls that had achieved so much in education and awarded them, it was really a great moment for me.
His visit to the women's session does not only symbolize unity and leadership, but reaffirmed a fundamental truth of Islam that women are to be honored, supported, and never made to feel inferior. And a spiritual revolution wrapped in humility, reminding the world that love begins at home and that women are the heart of every righteous nation. Reporting for SLBC, Francis Bernard in the UK.
The National Organizing Secretary of the All People's Congress, Honorable Bai Mahmood Bangura, has resigned his position in the party while putting himself forward to be the national leader and flag bearer of the party in line with its 2022 constitution. He made the declaration during the official launch of Bai Mambo Foundation with the theme Empowering Communities, Transforming Lives, and Dennis Fraser has more.
With his slogan, "Here I am, send me," his captivating words re-echoed in the room with resounding applause. A man many consider to be a full package promises to identify with the talents of fellow young people, including persons with disability, and to mobilize their strength in order to build bridges and not make fences. Resigning his position as National Organizing Secretary in line with the party's 2022 constitution and presenting himself to both the party and invited guests. He said that the Bai Mahmood Foundation was one of the institutions for achieving the goal of national leadership. By Mahmood Bangura went on that his sacred mission is to bring Sierra Leone back to national prosperity, building national cohesion and foster progress. He called on other members of the party aspiring for both executive and national positions to do so in a friendly manner, as all of them were prospects but should have a national focus. Launching the Bai Mahmood Foundation, former chairman National Young Congress of the All People's Congress Party, Prince Tolly, said the movement is strategically positioned to change the political narrative. He added that as a man whom he had known as a beacon of hope and a moral inspiration to many, through his BMB Foundation, the advocacy for human rights and justice will transcend his visionary leadership. Bai Mahmood Bangura is a renowned politician whose leadership journey started some 22 years ago. He hails from Mambolo Chiefdom, Kambia District. He was the presidential youth aide under former President Anes Bai Koroma. He later served as the youth minister under the same administration and as the former National Organizing Secretary of the All People's Congress Party. His departure from the position signals a significant move in Sierra Leone's evolving political landscape. Many view him as a man strategically positioned to allow young people to take their place in providing genuine solutions to the problems of the society and to better the lives of the people through effective service delivery. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
The Deputy Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Sajo Aziz Kamara, has thrown his hat for the position of National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. The declaration was also to make it known that he was not stepping down as opposed to what was posted on social media platforms. Jonathan Tona witnessed the press conference at SLPP's headquarters in Freetown.
Having taught the country, engaging SLPP members, in particular the delegates, with regards to my candidacy for the position of National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party.
Addressing party members and supporters at Unity House on Wallace Johnson Street, Sajo Aziz Kamara unveils his vision, theme, a united, viable and sustained party for 2028 victory, anchored on the 4 R's: respect, recognition, reward and results. He said he has been a committed SLPP member since 1991. Sajo highlighted his long-standing service to the party both at home and abroad. Sajo Aziz Kamara noted he served as the Secretary General, SLPP UK and I, from 2011 to 2012, Zonal Elections Commander, Kenema District 2023, member of the Manifesto and Communications Committee 2023, architect of the SLPP Global Bounce Back Initiative post-2007.
This is not a pursuit of personal ambition. It is, for me, a call to duty, born out of years of sacrifice, service, experience, and unwavering loyalty to our party and its mission, and my commitment to deliver for the party and for the betterment of Sierra Leone as the National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party. The SLPP is more than a political organization to me. It is the heartbeat of Sierra Leone's democratic progress.
He promised to strengthen party governance structures, expand membership, empower women, youth, and persons living with disabilities, promote party welfare, and establish an SLPP Leadership Academy nationwide.
To empower and promote our youth and women's participation in leadership and decision-making, mainly to bring him to the center of our politics of today. Fifthly, to build strategic partnerships that enhance our visibility and influence both locally and internationally. And finally, to ensure we cater for the welfare of party members at all levels.
Sajo called on party loyalists to maintain peace at all times, reaffirming his commitment to unity and strategic growth ahead of the 2028 elections. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
In a major breakthrough in the fight against organized crime, the police have uncovered in a suspected drug laboratory in Waterloo Western area, following the arrest of a man in Bo earlier this month. The suspect, Umar Mansari, was found in possession of illegal drugs and chemicals and is now at the center of a wider transitional investigation. Jorian Dumbuya has more.
Authorities uncovered what is believed to be an illegal drug laboratory at a residence in Waterloo. This follows the arrest of Umar Mansari at the Falachuk Point in Bo District on the 14th July 2025. According to Chief Superintendent Mohamed Aliyu, head of Transactional Organized Crime Units, the suspect was intercepted with a quantity of illegal drugs and suspicious chemical substances. Upon questioning in Freetown, information from Mansari led police in a house in Waterloo. Therefore, officers uncover laboratory equipment and chemicals suspected to be used in the production of narcotics. In addition to the lab materials, police discover 4 passports, 3 Sierra Leonean and 1 Uruguayan, all bearing different surnames, but believed to belong to the suspects. Speaking to reporters, CSP Aliyu emphasized that investigations are ongoing to determine the scope of the operation and whether it has links to international drug networks. The suspect, along with recovered exhibits, is currently in police custody. Authorities say more arrests could follow as the investigations unfold. Incidents highlight the increased vigilance of Sierra Leone law enforcement in tackling transactional organized crime and drug trafficking. SLBC Julian Dumbuya.
Now, President Julius Maada Bio has participated in the celebration marking Liberia's 178th independence anniversary. President Bio was warmly received at the Roberts International Airport by Liberia's Minister of Justice and Attorney General Oswald Tue Jr. alongside a high-level delegation from the Liberian Foreign Ministry. Also in attendance at the national celebration are 3 other heads of state from Ghana, Republic of Guinea-Bissau and Republic of Senegal. Sierra Leone and Liberia continue to enjoy strong bilateral relations rooted in shared history, mutual respect, and cooperation in key areas such as cross-border security, economic development, and cultural heritage preservation. The 2 nations remain committed to regional stability and peace-building efforts across West Africa. In an earlier development, President Julius Maada Bio has presided over the official swearing-in ceremony of two newly appointed deputy ministers, Mr. David Fortune, Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, and Mr. Paul Augustine Charles Tucker, Deputy Minister of Communication and Technology. State House correspondent Hawa Musiri reports.
Augustine Charles Tucker, David Fortune, do hereby in the name of God swear.
Do hereby in the name of God swear
that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the office of Deputy Minister in the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Discharge the duties of the office of Deputy Minister in the Republic of Sierra Leone.
And that I will support,
uphold,
and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
And maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone.
As by law established.
So help me God.
Two newly appointed deputy ministers, Mr. David Fortune, Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, and Mr. Paul Augustine Charles Tucker, Deputy Minister of Communication Technology, mandates that minister or deputy minister shall take and subscribe the oath for the execution of officials must take an oath before entering upon the duties of office. Declaring the purpose of the ceremony, Secretary to the President, Mr. Baba Brahima Fortune, explained that following the President's nomination and the completion of Parliament vetting the two appointees, they had been duly approved by the Parliament of Sierra Leone. Speaking on behalf of the newly sworn-in officials, Mr. Paul Augustine Charles Tucker expressed deep gratitude to President Julius Maada Bio for entrusting them with the opportunity to serve the nation. This, he said, they pledge to fully support their supervising ministries in implementing their administration's governance policy objectives and in consolidating the progress already made. We are mindful that this appointment is not merely an achievement but a call to confront complex challenges, and with diligence, he affirmed.
Your Excellency, on behalf of my colleague Deputy Minister present here, let me profoundly thank you for giving us this privilege to serve Sierra Leone under Your Excellency's leadership. We pledge to support our immediate principles in the execution of governance policy objectives in consolidating the existing gains of your government. Your Excellency, sir, we both acknowledge that our appointment is more of a challenge than an achievement, and we commit ourselves to work in surmounting these challenges. The two sectors we have been assigned to are critical in modern-day public service delivery. Security is core, and technology and innovation is the new norm as we head to the future generation.
In his remarks, President Julius Maada Bio congratulated the two deputy ministers and acknowledged the weight of responsibility that comes with their appointments. When we are confronted with several challenges, including resource constraints, largely driven by global geopolitical tensions.
As you come to join us, I implore you to make every effort to give what we have done another forward momentum by injecting new ideas, new energy and creativity in both security and technology. As you know, these are necessary for the state to have that ecosystem to develop. So as I welcome you to governance at this level, I also want to let you know that it is never easy. You have the work to do, and you also have expectations.
However, President Bio urged them to inject fresh ideas and adopt innovative approaches that can thrive within their local ecosystem. For SLBC TV News Hour in Freetown, Hawa Musiri reporting.
with the presidency, His Excellency Julius Madabio also received Mr. Leonard Santos Simao, the Special Representative of the UN Secretary General and Head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel, UNOWAS. Mr. Simao is in Sierra Leone to brief President Bio on key issues concerning UNOWAS and ECOWAS, and Paul Mosiri again has more.
Speaking at the 6th summit of the African Union Committee of 10 of Heads of State and Government C10, which held virtually on Friday, President Julius Madabio described the moment as a critical juncture in Africa's 2-decade-long push for equity and justice in global governance. The president noted, as a continent historically excluded from the highest decision-making body on global peace security, our call is not for charity, but for fairness. Africa will no longer accept marginalization. The time to act is now. President Julius Madabio, who also served as the C10 coordinator, recounted key milestones since the 5th C10 summit in Equatorial Guinea and the adoption of the Oyala Plan of Action in February 2024. He highlighted progress made under Sierra Leone's presidency of the United Nations Security Council in August 2024, including the first high-level debates addressing Africans' exclusion from permanent membership. The president outlined the next phase of the C10's advocacy, including the submission of the African Union reform model of the intergovernmental negotiations progress, a model that calls for no fewer than 2 permanent seats, with all rights, including the veto if it remains, and 2 additional non-permanent seats for Africa. These are not symbolic developments. They are signals that the world is fairly listening, he said, referencing global acknowledgements like United Nations Pact for the Future for a direct ministerial dialogue with the P5 during the United Nations General Assembly 79th. President Bio stressed the importance of unity, coherence, and high-level engagements moving forward, especially ahead of the 80th United Nations General Assembly and the 20th anniversary of the Isolini Consensus and Sati Declaration in September 2025. We must align our messaging, mobilize our partners, and continue to press for Africa's rightful place in global governance. For SLBC TV News Hour in Freetown, Mosiri reporting from State House.
The heavy rains on Wednesday evening left some residents of New Englandville in tears. A fence collapsed and claimed the lives of 3 people, and 1 still missing as the search continues. Our reporter Abdul Mansari visited the scene and now reports.
This is not the scene. This is not the scene.
That was a distress call from a neighbor who captured the scene during the heavy downpour, which went viral on social media. 3 people were reportedly dead and 1 was missing. The victims were Amnata Sise, a 6-year-old girl, Selo Sise, an adult female and mother-in-law to Mr. Toure, and Ali Sise, a 1-and-4-month-old boy. This is what remains after the makeshift structure was crushed by a collapsed fence just above it. The area itself is a waterway. The National Disaster Management Agency said it made relentless efforts to respond swiftly to the situation.
So with that, this morning, a team of NDMA, even in that, starting from in the evening yesterday, a team of NDMA went in the search of the corpse, which I think to this particular morning, 3 bodies have been discovered. We are here right now. We spoke with some members of the family, to evacuate the scene, so that because we are still expecting more rain to come, so we are still pleading with them as we are doing our search and rescue.
Emotionally, Ali Touré, the father of the victims, explained his ordeals.
Yesterday, I didn't know Osia, I didn't get water.
Yesterday, I was at my home fetching water, and my mother-in-law was seated there at the veranda preparing fufu. I told her to hurry up because she catches cold easily. As I was done saying those words, I just heard a loud sound like a bomb. It was the fence that had collapsed and fell on my house. The water flows and swept off my mother-in-law and my kids. I could not see my children.
So unable to see me picking the.
For Samuel Sise, a resident, building of houses closer to the waterways and unregulated disposal of waters led to the unfortunate incident.
So the water a bat, then the moat and then gates we can inside the compound.
There is no waterway here. It definitely finds the way for itself and hits the wall of this compound, and the wall fell on the makeshift structure below it, and that led to the problem occur here.
For itself, where it bats this compound in your wall, where it for them.
The Freetown City Council used the opportunity to mark X on other makeshift structures, signaling demolition at any time in order to prevent such ugly situation in the future. Many people from within and outside the community went to empathize with the bereaved family. One of them was a flag bearer aspirant of the main opposition party, APC. The loss of lives to flooding was a call for many to take preventive measures as the rainy season intensifies. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
On Wednesday, July 23rd, following the heavy downpour, a major obstruction along the Lunsar-Makeni Highway occurred. Large trees fell and blocked the road, causing severe traffic disruption. The trees barricaded the highway, leaving hundreds of vehicles, including private cars, trucks, and commercial vans, stranded for several hours. Commuters, including women and children, were forced to wait in the rain as access to both directions was completely cut off. Local residents and the Sierra Leone police swiftly responded by cutting the trees and clearing them from the road, allowing traffic to gradually resume. Locals and road users said it was not the first time such an incident has occurred along the Lunsar-Makeni road. In the past years, similar trees falls have resulted in serious accidents and even a loss of lives, especially during the rainy season. Environmentalists called on Sierra Leone Roads Authority SLRA to take urgent preventative measures. These include cutting or trimming hazardous trees hanging over the road and reinforcing road safety systems to withstand strong winds and heavy rain. The Ministry of Transport has announced the reduction in transport fares for commercial vehicles plying various routes in Freetown and in the provincial areas across borders. This came following collaboration with other stakeholders in the transport sector, following reduction in pump prices of fuel by dealers recently. To name a few, Lumley to Regent Road is now 4 leons, Wakafine Bus pole to pole is now 8 leons, Waterloo Bay Street is now 9 leons. Meanwhile, Bow to Freetown is now 110 leons, Makeni to Freetown is now 100 leons, Freetown to Kenema is now at 130 leons, while Freetown to Kono is 170 leons, and Kailahun to Freetown is 230 leons. The Ministry of Social Welfare has hosted the 5th discharge ceremony at the Hastings Rehabilitation Center for 49 drug users who have gone through rehabilitation. The move was led by the National Task Force on Drug and Substance Abuse under the Rehabilitation, Recovery and Reintegration Initiative. Christina Kamara has more on the story.
The 7-week intensive rehabilitation program was designed to provide psychological support and alternative drug treatment, aims to rebrand the mindset of substance users. It was also to equip them with strategies to avoid relapse. This initiative was part of government's action to addressing drug abuse and supporting the rehabilitation of affected individuals. Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Kaminti, announced the successful discharge of the 5th cohort of rehabilitees, highlighting the program's alignment with President Bio's vision of human capital development. The minister also mentioned that Rehabilitees will be monitored after their discharge, and community programs will be organized to further support their reintegration and prevent setback.
Rehabilitating our youth from drug and substance abuse is one key success for our human capital development agenda, because these former drug and substance users, most of whom are in the colleges, university, training centers, some of them have just settled their WAS exams, some of them are in SS2. In fact, those who were rehabilitated today, 23 of them are from the university. So my question now is, do we have to leave them to die? No. We have to make sure that we rehabilitate them and get them back into society.
Deputy Minister of Youth Patrick Jibrila stressed the importance of establishing MOUs with universities and schools to ensure that former substance users receive proper education and accreditation. A former substance user, Eugene Kamara, took the stage to express gratitude towards President Bio, Minister Community, and other key figures.
We service users found a home at the rehab center because of the caring, loving, and dedicated own parents that were placed in charge of us. Throughout our stay at the rehab center, you showed us tender love and care with a mixture of empathy and iron hands, nurturing us to be the change we want to see.
Parents of the rehabilitees also expressed their heartfelt appreciation for the ministry's efforts in rehabilitating their children. Many share their experiences of societal stigma during their children's struggles with substance abuse, but voiced their joy at witnessing the positive changes in their lives post-rehabilitation. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christian Akama reporting.
In a move to enhance maritime safety across the coastal and seaborne communities, the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration (SLMA) has announced the free distribution of over 3,000 life jackets to individuals in fishing, transport, and shoreline settlements. The initiative aims to protect citizens crossing waterways and reduce the alarming fatalities often attributed to unsafe practices at sea. Jonathan Turner tells us more.
Sierra Leone has faced tragic maritime incidents, most notably the 2009 ferry disaster that claimed many lives due to overloading and the absence of life jackets. With boat transportation a daily reality for many Sierra Leoneans, especially in remote communities, this proactive campaign aligns with the broader efforts to instill a culture of safety around the sector. The free distribution of the over 3,000 jackets were geared towards recognizing the inability of many boat owners to purchase their jackets. The Sierra Leone Maritime Administration Executive Director, Dr. Daniel Kaitibi, pledged that the current phase will scale up to distributing 15,000 jackets by 2026, targeting riverine and maritime communities nationwide.
The outboard vessels are predominantly outside of Freetown. Go to Tombo, go to Mambolo, go to Port Loco, and go to Bomb, go to Sulima. They don't have the luxury that we have here of sea coach, sea bar, the ferries. They don't have options. The only option is the outboarding. So the reason why we target them first.
Transport and coastal communities lauded the initiative. Many small-scale fishermen and ferry operators expressed the essence of life jackets as safety accessories.
We appreciate and ensure our cooperation to manage them well. Because we are going to be the managers of this land. Because you as a passenger are only using it. Whilst you are on board the vessel. When you disembark, we take it back for you. We manage them. And I will ensure that through my executive and my membership, we handle them here.
The provision of more than 3,000 jackets marks just the beginning, with the goal to distribute more by 2026. For SLBC News, Jonathan Turner reporting.
From From Atlanta, Georgia to Minneapolis, Minnesota, Columbus, Ohio, London in the United Kingdom, and now in Dallas, Texas, the Takom Timne Descendants Association continues to showcase the cultural heritage of the Timne people across the world. In the latest show of Timne Cultural Heritage in the Diaspora, the Texas chapter of the organization has hosted a cultural picnic at a popular Breckenridge Park in Richardson, and as Suleiman Babatori reports, the event served as a membership drive for Takom.
The event welcomed Sierra Leoneans from various ethnic backgrounds, along with other African nationals. And many attendees expressed a deep sense of ancestral connection to the Temnes, embracing the idea of cultural unity. Interim President, Takum Texas Chapter, Idrissa Fadika Bangura, recalled about the history of the organization, drawing comparisons with other well-established Sierra Leonean groups like Tegloma, Creole Descendants Union, Supreme Sisters, Mabohandi, and Sierra Diaspora Women. He emphasized that the Temnes are equally capable of uniting under a strong and impactful organization.
We are all clan people, come on, are different clans, but this is all working toward the same goal for develop Salone. If you develop the area, say now the Timne land, then you develop Manigo land, you develop Limba land, all that Salone to show. So that's what we're doing here. It's not about tribalism or sectionalism, it's just about making things work together.
The Vice Chairman 1 of Takum Temne Descendants Association International, Sanfa Sise, popularly known as the Texas Chief, said the name Takum means family in the Temne language. Mr. Sise said membership is open to individuals from any ethnicity who feel a connection to the Temne people. He informed his audience that Takum has established 8 chapters across the United States, with ongoing expansion throughout Sierra Leone. The first vice chairman also spoke of Tarakum's recent participation at the Tadatemnes annual fundraising in London, where the international chairman of Tarakum, Ahmed Kanu, also emphasized the importance of forming one unified umbrella organization for all Temne-based associations. The event as a whole was filled with fun and meaningful activities, including traditional music and dance, children's games such as musical chair, egg and spoon races, and other Mexican prenatal game. Balu Sise Bangura, wife of the chapter's interim president, won the adult musical chair competition, while 2 toddlers also received awards for their enthusiastic participation. Despite the heat, the sunny weather added to the joyful spirit of the occasion.
And in our segments, we take the sports updates.
It's the sporting updates that keeps you in the know, and thank you so much for your time. In today's edition, we talk all things championship. Now, the Super Falcons of Nigeria came from behind to defeat the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco 3-2 in the 2024 WAFCON finals. Well, it was an epic show from the Nigerians, and they gave the Moroccans a good run for their money. The Nigerians have secured their 10th title insofar as the Women's African Cup of Nations is concerned. What a triumph for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. This will go down the books as an historic moment, and they played well as a unit, and the combination was absolutely fascinating. Congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria for a triumphant moment over the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco. Now we switch our wings to another exciting championship. Well, the Lionesses of England defeated Spain 3-1 on penalty to secure back-to-back EU championship. Well, they are the champions for 2025. It was indeed an exciting showdown for the Lionesses of England. They gave it all to ensure that they maintain their title, and the back-to-back championship is something that is worth celebrating. For them, this will serve as a moment to spur up young and exciting
female players who are coming to the ranks, particularly for the Lionesses in terms of representation. This will go a long way, and Lauren James was among the ladies who lifted the Giant EU Championship trophy. Congratulations, and that ends your update. Thank you so much for your time, and goodbye.
And now to end the news, the main points again. President Julius Maada Bio has issued a resounding call for decisive action on the United Nations Security Council reform and placing Africa's legitimate and long overdue demand for permanent representation. Delegates of the 2025 National Elective Congress of the Sierra Leone People's Party in the Western region have unanimously endorsed Jimmy Batulo Songa's candidacy for national chairman of the party. And 43 military officers complete the Senior Command and Staff course at the Houghton Command and Staff College in the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Well, that's how we wrap up this morning edition of the news. I'm Maria Tibukuri. Good morning.
We are the national broadcaster, and I am Sulaiman Baba Toure, a reporter and presenter at the SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
From the commercial department, I am Regina Bangura. You are watching SLBC. Your voice, my voice.
I am Jonathan Turner, a reporter for Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. As a reporter, I do stories on education, health, politics, and more. Stay glued with SLBC to watch my stories. Your voice, my voice.
Lucian Ganda, producer Weyus, and producer and presenter Christian Editions on TV. This is the SLBC.
I am William Wise, presenter Weyus and also reporter at the SLPC, and this is the SLPC.
I am Salma Taba, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with the SLPC. I am Tilikoma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever.
Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened. Because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, the dancers.
All of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown. Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too. We are proud of this place.
In the past, we all...
From the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation television, this is Good Morning Sierra Leone, the program that always starts your day. Good Morning Sierra Leone is reaching you from Broadcasting House near Englandville in Freetown, and I'm Sheku Smiler. Our quote of the day is from a South African statesman, Nelson Mandela, and it says, "There is no passion to be found playing small in setting for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." Coming up in this edition of the program, Good Morning Sierra Leone, Government of China and the United Nations Development Program unveiled a $2 million initiative aimed at enhancing classroom environment nationwide. Conference of Principals is working on a way to address the issue of duplication of pay entries for the 2026 was. And also in this edition of our program, Good Morning Sierra Leone, we shall be talking to one of the aspirants for the Publicity Secretary position